Welcome, welcome, welcome. Garnetqueentarot here. How are my wonderful Capricorns? How are you guys doing? How's your week been thus far? Hope all is well. You know the routine. You are now entering into our sacred realm, and this is the time where you practice your breathing so you could leave tension and negativity outside the door. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Yes, and releases that builds up tension because you Capricorns, you know you're always doing something. You're active mostly at all times. So you build up a lot of tension, anxiety, stress. You got to let it go and you got to release it. Let it go and release it. Spirits talk to us on behalf of our beautiful Capricorns, our handsome Capricorns, our wonderful Capricorns. Help them to rise up above circumstances. Help them to see the good in everything. Help them to overcome obstacles and challenges that's on their path. Please reveal to them any messages that they need to know, any paths they need to take, any choices they need to make. Spiritual gifts. Thank you for helping. Thank you, Angel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. Challenge your gifts and talents. So it's to be put out there, Capricorn. And you know what's so thing? It's like helping me to channel my gifts and talents, to place them where they need to be for the most good. Because your skills, your talents, they help other people. And wherever the need is, you're willing to fill. That's important. Inner power, the Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. So you're getting aligned and in tune, Capricorn, with your inner power. You see yourself doing great things. There are a lot of great Capricorns. Oh my goodness. Dr. Martin Luther King was a Capricorn. There's a lot of Capricorns. There's a whole list of them that I know of, but I can't think of everybody right now. But it's so many Capricorns that are creators because there's a time in your life where you get in tune with yourself, where you can pinpoint where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be there. There are things that will come up in your life that will show you signs of your travels. Sometimes you may not even realize that that is something that's going to happen. And the more you in tune and align yourself spiritually, that journey will reveal so much to you, Capricorns. Because I think, you know what I think? I think every Capricorn eventually tunes in with themselves. And even some Capricorns that were before him or her, so that they can align themselves down the line to create their greatest abundance, their greatest part of the story. All of you kind of intercede one way or another, where you're part of each other because you're working towards building up. Let's say that a puzzle is out there, but to complete it, you need pieces from different places. That's how a Capricorn is. The mindset is aligned with other Capricorns too, and you achieve the greatest good. You start the year and you end the year. So it's wrapped up and started with a Capricorn. Capricorns love to create. They love to manifest their journey and see themselves achieving great rewards on that path. On that path. So it's so many great opportunities that fall in line for Capricorns is just when they actually take up those rewards and recognize them as such opportunities, opportunities to go and grow and flow further. You are coming into your own, Capricorn, because you know these cards, it's like healing cards, and they help you on your way so you can complete your healing journey. It helps you to get more in tune with yourself, more aligned with yourself, and look into yourself, because nobody has all of the answers. But when you start embarking closer to what you're seeking, you start feeling a difference in yourself. You start becoming better. You just notice that you're doing things a little bit differently. Like, say, if you're exercising and you still feel humdrum and still force yourself to get up, but it's getting easier to make that move. It's getting easier to get on that bike or get in the gym or get on that treadmill. You automatically start placing your mind and focusing on achieving that task. Signs from heaven. Thank you, heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. Sometimes things happen in your life and you're like, wow, I did achieve this. This did happen. I could actually rest a little bit. This is what's happening to you right now, Capricorn. You're realizing the power you possess. You're realizing that if you focus long enough, hard enough, and believe long enough, faithfully, you could actually achieve the things that you set up for yourself. Like if you pass a test and it's like you were studying and studying and studying and studying, and you just tired, and you pray that you pass, but you know you've been studying. And then the test results come in and you pass with flying colors. You knew it, but you were scared to believe it, but you kept the faith enough that you could continuously manifest on seeing yourself passing it. So then in reality, what happened? You passed the exam. There are going to be signs for you from heaven letting you know that they are with you. You are not alone. You are not alone. By no means are you alone. So stay true and believe. Keep the faith. Ooh, these wings are beautiful. Take a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what's not serving me. And that's a good thing. That's when you're starting to realize what are your priorities, what they are, and what's not important, what you don't need to exhaust yourself over. When you keep applying yourself to something and you're not seeing any forward movement or growth, and it's disappointment after disappointment, but you're still holding on for dear life. Why? It's draining you, it's exhausting you, it's making you feel hopeless, at least in that area. You need to give a time frame for how long you want to pursue something until you recognize that this is not it, and you have to tweak it, change it, whatever you have to do, you have to improve it. That's when it works in your favor. You have to recognize when enough is enough. That could be for relationships, it could be for anything. When you come into your mindset where you recognize the fact that, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I keep trying and trying this and trying this, and it's not working. And I just get more miserable, more unhappy. My face gets drained, my body gets drained, and I'm just stressed out all the time. I'm not seeing the good in things. Because Capricorns, you could beat a dead horse because you don't like the words failure. You have failed many times, but you're not a failure because you got back up and kept going. So you just see yourself propelling, but these are the steps along the way before you get up in the air. And it can be frustrating at times, draining at times, lifeless at times. but you still, something in you, Capricorn, just keeps moving and moving and moving and moving. I joke with everybody. I tell them they like to energize a bunny, because your key thing, like I say, my Capricorn people, you were not built to fail. Your DNA does not process that very well at all. And even if you say, I'm done, do you really mean it? Do you really mean it? No, you don't. Unless it's been a few times down, then you say, you know what? You don't even say, let me not do this. You say, let me fix it and try it this way. Because you will find alternative routes to take through that process to lead you to where you want and need to be. So roadblocks and challenges, adversity, they don't stump you for a long-term period. They stump you for a minute, but never forever. Never ever. And when you take a step back, you propel yourself to fly again. You try something different. You yawn, you stretch, and then you figure it out. That's how life is to you, Capricorn. Sometimes you got to take a break, a pause, and say, okay, this route is not the right one. It's not working correctly for me. So I'm going to have to take an alternative. And that's what you do. Because giving up just doesn't seem right. Manifesting miracles. Thank you for manifesting my miracles in my world. Because you know the angels are there with you. And sometimes you're so frustrated, but they help to rub your shoulders. They help to allow you to sleep. They help you to focus more on your priorities and your dreams, so you can actually see yourself achieving these things in your life. They give you that pat on the back and let you know, hey, a little push, keep going. You know, you feel those angels when they come around. Sometimes you'll just get a spurt of energy and don't even know where it came from, Capricorn. You could be doing something. Oh, I'm tired. And then you think about it for a minute, and next thing you know, you say to yourself, let me get back up and do this and finish it. And then as you get on up, you feel a little bit more pep in your step. Breathing, and you're ready to go. You've just rejuvenated yourself because you know your work was not completed, your task was not completed. So you had to find the energy from somewhere to rejuvenate you, refresh you, and get you back on track, because you're not going to lose any ground. You know the hard work that you've already put in, and you're not going to let it tear you down. Oh no, Capricorn, not no Capricorn. Not the Capricorn. You are still moving forward, Capricorns. But you're becoming more aligned and in tune with yourself. That's what the angels are revealing. And shine your light. Thank you, Uriel, Angel Uriel, Archangel Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. There it is, Capricorn. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. This is what I'm telling you. When you, Capricorn, focus on what it is you're working toward, you get like this burst of energy and knowledge, and you think of every nugget that you've picked up along the way and how you could apply it on your journey so that it could help you to complete your task. You pay attention to the details, to the fine wording. You are the one that would pick up the clues. You're the one that would be in an escape room and figure through the clues a way out. You pull sense out of nonsense. You see the big picture. You apply the know-how where it's needed. You are this way. This is in your DNA. You have this need to fulfill whatever you set your mind up to fulfill. You don't believe in staying down for long. You know your value, you know your worth, and of course you get stumped every now and then. You're human. But you don't stay down forever, Capricorn, and you don't start back where you fell off. You'll level up because you recognize some things on that path that can propel you to elevate you to rise to the next level. And that's what it's all about. It's about staying on track through the hard times, through the roadblocks in the road, through the adversity. Not easy, but you stay determined because you know why? Like my father said, perseverance seldom fails. Perseverance seldom fails because no matter what you do, you're not where you started from. There's a growth pattern there. It's a growth chart. You have elevated. And if you stop and you look back, I think the Nine of Wands says that when you stop and you look back to see where you were, you recognize that, hey, I've been through some stuff, but I'm not stuck. I'm going to keep going and going and going and going. And even if it's repetitive, you're still not where you were. You're growing through the process. You're learning through the process. You're recognizing through the process. You're building through the process. You're analyzing through the process. The process teaches you so many more skills that you can even identify. Sometimes you can't even identify all of them because when you stop and you say, okay, this happened. Now you start becoming more analytic. You're trying to break it down and decipher it so that it's more relatable to you. And you look at the scenario. How can I get to the next step? And you find different ways to apply. Growth is part of the process to growing to the next level. You can't move forward if you don't grow. So when you recognize that, now you're saying, okay, these are the steps necessary to get to here. It's like looking at a maze or a map and trying to figure out, you know where you started from, you know where you are, you know where you want to be, but through this period, you have to go through the process to arrive there. And that's where you learn how to take the next step, how to go through the next roadblock. It opens your eyes, your window, your third eye. It opens everything so you could see beyond. So you can't just rush through life. You got to pick up the nuggets along the way. And if it's a race, then you got to set it up accordingly. If it's a marathon, set it up accordingly. If there's no limitations, set it up according to where you see yourself arriving there. This way you have some kind of format. You love format, Capricorn, because you like details. So you like to know, okay, I've got 20 steps to go. The first 5, I got to do it this way. But 6 to 10, I can't do it that way. It has to change it differently. Then you look, okay, if this is a street I have to be on, and I see these obstacles or this rough terrain, how am I going to get through this? Okay? And it just helps you along the way. So you've already mapped out where you need to be and how you need to get there. So now you start your journey in achieving that goal, making that task reality. Life is complicated, but when you could draw out an idea of it, even with the roadblocks along the way, you're closer to obtaining and arriving at your goals than further away, right? And the whole point is getting closer and closer each day, because every day has its own challenges that you have to face. So it's like getting up and going to battle each day to get closer to your treasure. You're working towards getting to your treasure. What's going on in the love realm with the angels? Affection. Showing affection creates a loving bond. Capricorns. Capricorns, you are affectionate, but you don't always show affection. A lot of times you want to just be in the mood because you got things organized a certain way. I'm not saying that you channel your love making or anything like that, but I know When you're in the mood, you in the mood. But when you busy and you working on something, they gotta wait. You gotta be spontaneous sometimes. You have to show that affection to children, show that affection to your person, husband, wife, everybody. You just have to be able to exemplify the love that comes out of your heart. And that's something you have to work on. You have to work on that, Capricorns. You have to work on it. Because sometimes it's not at the top of your list. Disagreements take place. Capricorn, you always feel that you're right about everything. And a lot of times you are. But you got to agree to disagree. Don't beat somebody down because they don't agree with you. Learn to compromise. Learn to not yell when you get frustrated with people, but breathe. Just switch it around a little bit. Instead of yelling when people upset you, push your buttons, piss you off, you stop, pause, stop. Remember, stop, look, and listen. Okay, you stop and you pause and you breathe. I joke with these things a lot for a little humor, but I'm telling you something, breathing is so important. I have worked in the medical field for many, many years, and I tell you something, a lot of people don't take time out to breathe. Then signs come to let them know they need to do the needful and take time out to breathe, and they still don't until something happens. Practice your breathing. It is part of your DNA. It is part of who you are. You need to breathe because there's a lot of things on your plate at all times. I don't even think you take a vacation when you go on vacation. Okay? You may get and change the scenery, but you still applying yourself to something. To something. Take a real vacation, Capricorn, and practice your breathing. Because when things happen, you want to know that you're okay to get through them. Understanding, Capricorn. Happy couples understand each other. Happy couples understand each other. You know that whenever you say this to your person, they get highly upset. But when you get mad at them, you try to say that you already know upsets them to hurt them. You understand how to get to them. But you're the person that shouldn't make that attempt because of the fact that you're the one that they count on. You're part of their support system. So when it comes to understanding, take the time to understand the words that come out of your mouth, Capricorn. Understand the things that you say and how it would resonate with someone else. Because Capricorns, you could be so split of the tongue. You would take that tongue and flap it across somebody's face, down a line. Smack, 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 smack. When you feel that you have a disagreement and people don't understand where you're coming from and you don't understand what they're saying and you just get frustrated and fed up because sometimes people can't express themselves appropriately. And you take it to heart, almost personal, because you just want people to get a grip of what they're saying and what they're doing and to understand who they are. And it frustrates you when people fall short of that. You believe that limits them. And you don't like to feel restricted or limited, period. And when people do it and you're aware that they're doing it, you feel almost like they're doing it to you, but they're doing it to themselves. And you can't understand why they would do that to themselves. You have to be more understanding and recognize that everybody doesn't think the way you do. Sometimes you could be on a crowded road, but you could see a path above it. You getting frustrated with people that were on the same level with you that can't see through like you can see. That dream, that vision, that path, that knowledge is not something they have earned as of yet. So you can't backlash them because this is something where you have experienced and grown and learned. Everybody's not on the same playing field. Everybody's not on the same level. And Capricorns, because you think above a lot of times, you're that sea goat, you think higher up. You have a mindset of an eagle, that you fly above the fray. And people don't understand why you get so upset by certain things, short tempered, because of the fact that you think it's something they should know. So you lack the respect for them because you feel that they're restricting and limiting their own growth. Their mindset is not on point. So you get frustrated. And you have to recognize we are all built differently, mentally, physically, etc. And where you elevate your mindset because of your drive, you're way ahead. And not everybody's on the same path or journey. Not everybody wants the same things. And it upsets you when they don't. Expectations. You know this would come out for Capricorn. Expectations. Have realistic expectations, Capricorn. You see what they said? Have realistic expectations, because you think so far ahead that people don't even think you from this place. You think higher up, and people think you're crazy at times because you see so much in front of you. You're so optimistic and you want to progress. And you know faith without works is dead. So you continuously aim for what it is you're seeking. And people think that you're too quick, you're too fast. What you're doing is crazy. What you're seeing is crazy. But if you were to follow as many dreams and suggestions that come to you and follow them, you might be a millionaire, because when you apply yourself to anything, and that's if you're not one already, you tend to tweak it and customize it to your own liking, which ends up giving it a nicer twist, which accelerates it to the next level. You are a creator. Capricorns are creators. Capricorns are leaders, authoritarians. Capricorns are strong. They're overcomers. They believe in beyond the here and now. They see more to a situation than others do. They can break it down and decipher it into levels of understanding for everyone, because that's who they are. They can give you another perspective that you never even thought of. You know, to be able to have the mindset like that, to think higher than, beyond than, and still be humble enough. And not everybody gets you. Sometimes you're so excited about something that you're sharing. It's almost like you speak in another language when you talk to certain people. They can't connect with you. They feel like, woo, you way out there. Sometimes they just think you're a loony. But you can be eccentric at times. But you don't see things just as is. You apply yourself accordingly. You live in what could be, the possibilities. And that's why people don't always fare well with you, because they're too limited in their thinking. And in order for you to feed and nourish your body and yourself, you want to think the same way. You expect for them to think the same way. You think this way, and you expect everybody else to think that way too, but everybody doesn't get the messages that you get, Capricorn. So you somehow intertwine it and feel that people are lazy and not doing what they need to do. But not everyone has the same inspiration. And that you have to recognize. You could be selfish with that thinking at times too, you know? Lessons. Every experience has a lesson plan attached to it. Capricorn, you will always, always, always pick up lessons, because you see beyond. You can see something out of nothing. You can see an abandoned old building with wood all across the windows, roof messed up just like a piece of crap. But you can close your eyes and envision that place as a beautiful and humble abode, as a place or a building of sanctuary where people could come together, relax, and zone in. You can see the possibilities of anything, what it can become. What it can become. You may not want to be one of the people that's cleaning up, but you would surely pay somebody to do it. You're the brains of the operation. Well, some of you will put that, elbow grease in there and that sweat equity in there, but you don't really want to be the person cleaning. You want to be the one with creativity and imagination and seeing it get completed into the vision that you want. Capricorns, you are very diligent and hard workers, and you continue to be optimistic about the future. So you will pick up lessons along the way. You call them your nuggets, right? Triangle. Evaluate your emotions for a firm decision. And you're making these moves. You could either make it with this person that's wanting the affection from you, that you've had ups and downs and disagreements with, and learning to understand them better. Are your expectations of this person realistic? Is this somebody you could build a future with? You're trying to make some decisions. And this point in your life, I see you do want love. You want your career, your finances, everything, but you want to share it with someone. And even though you have a back and forth with this person, the love is real. You like them, and they like you. It's just that everybody needs to take the egos off the table and listen to one another and understand where the other person is coming from and learn to show more affection. Capricorn, be more affectionate, where that person knows for sure that you are both on the same page, because they want your heart to shine through, and they're scared that you may not be in the game as much as they are. So if you're serious, which is not showing any negativity, it's just that you don't want to be restricted, and you feel if you completely commit to this person, they're going to take you for granted and not going to appreciate how much of yourself you're giving to them, because you don't want to be hurt. There's no guarantee with anything in life, but you got to talk your truth, speak it. And then if the feedback is positive, think about sharing your heart gradually and sharing your true feelings and being more affectionate. Open your heart and be more vulnerable. There's a lot of change coming, transformation coming, growth coming. So apply everything to every aspect so you could figure out what works and what doesn't. Capricorns, we are signing out. Garnetqueentarot here saying, be inspired to rise. Let your truth be sincere. Believe in yourself and forge forward and listen to your intuition. Show more affection. Accept to disagree. Agree to disagree. And learn to understand one another. Peace and love. Garnetqueentarot here saying, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share your heart. Think about your circumstances. Pray to your source. Listen to the ancestors and apply your nuggets. Take care till we meet again. Talk soon.